guys, welcome back to another rabbit video with Rex and Harley, and today we're going to be talking about rabbit behaviours. So it is recommended to get your rabbit neutered, but before they are neutered they may behave slightly differently. This may be mounting, spraying wee and pooing to mark territory and not really very easy to litter train, and also chinning. This is where they rub their chin on something or on you or certain things to mark their territory. Harley once randomly rubbed his chin on my foot when he was younger, but both the rabbits were neutered when they were younger and they don't do this anymore. But now onto their general behaviours. So rabbits will thump their back foot when they're trying to warn danger to other rabbits. When rabbits do this, this will also be followed by probably several other thumps with their foot or other rabbits thumping. So you can often tell a rabbit's mood by looking at their ears. If they've got their ears back like Rex has right now, it means they're relaxed. Well, Rex's ears are kind of in the middle. It could also mean they're submissive, but they'll be doing that if they're huddling into like a little ball and just looking scared in general. If their ears are forward, it means they're alert or annoyed. If they're just sitting with their ears forward, they're listening around and they're trying to see what's happening. If perhaps they're maybe grunting at the same time, then they're probably annoyed. But if their ears are midway like Rex's are right now, it's just normal, just listening, relaxed, kind of just normal, chilling. Then binking. Binking is what rabbits do when they're very happy and excited and they're like expressing their joy. It's basically where they do like a massive jump in the air and like a little spin when they're in the air. And this could also be followed by what they call a bunny 500, but the bunny 500 is where they do like a really quick run, so they might do a binky and then they'll run really quickly. Harley can't really do this much because he's only got 3 legs, but he does binky and he does it quite well. But Rex often binkies and runs around the lounge really quickly because he loves being in the lounge, and he does it outside too because he loves being outside. Next is mini grunts and like buzzes type of noise, kind of like a honking noise. It's when they're excited or happy, like if they hear the rattle of their food or something, then they might start making that noise, getting quite excited. Rex does that quite a lot and so does Harley actually. But grunting could also be when they're annoyed. Say if they're just kind of chilling like somewhere, maybe eating a bit of hay or just chilling, and then you go up and maybe invade their space, try and stroke them, they might get a bit annoyed, grunt at you. It's like a little growling noise, and they might like put their paws forward like diving at you, and they'll have their ears forward at that moment too, and they'll just be a bit grumpy. Next is teeth chattering. They do this when they're happy or chilled. It's kind of like when a cat purrs. Harley does this quite often when I stroke him because he likes being stroked on the head. Rex more on the back, but Harley's very chilled a lot. But he does this quite often when I'm stroking him. He loves to be stroked, so he does the teeth chattering thing often. It's also called teeth grinding or just purring. You'll just hear like a little tapping noise and their mouth moving. So the next thing is bulging eyes. They do this when they're scared, or maybe if they're getting their claws clipped, because rabbits aren't exactly a fan of having their claws clipped. Or maybe if they hear a plane, like sometimes a plane will go across here because we're quite near, well, about an hour away from the airport, but it's still kind of near. And when that happens, the rabbits get a bit scared. Not much, but just a teeny bit. They sit there and their eyes start to kind of like look like they're bulging out a bit. The same if they're in their carrier in the car going to the vets for their jabs or something. When their jabs are happening or when they're in the car, they are often a little bit scared, and because they don't like the noise and they don't like being in the vets, and you'll see their eyes just bulging out a little bit. It doesn't look like their eyes are coming out, they just look like they're bulging out a little bit. So rabbits have several ways of trying to get your attention. It might be just sitting down with them and they'll bop you with their nose, or they might like dig at you a little bit, or just do light nips, and it's just their way of saying, hey, give me attention. If your rabbit is nipping you, just do like a really just say no, and that will let them know that you don't want to be nipped. So next is nudging you. This is basically their way of saying, move, you're in my way. You may be sitting down with them, maybe have your hand out, and they might just push it out the way, and they're basically telling you to move. So next is flopping out. Luckily, Harley's just flopped out, just as I was about to come on to this point. They basically do this when they're tired or just are chilling out. They'll just kind of stand and they'll like flop to the side, and then they'll just sit how Harley is. But Harley loves to just flop out, chill. He's in the shade right now. He's probably had enough of the sun, decided to chill a bit, so yeah, they flop out. Rex does this sometimes, not much. Usually, sometimes in the mornings before school, because they live inside, they come outside on sunny days. Harley flops out a lot outside or inside, but before school I often see Rex flopped out as well, and both Harley and Rex flopped out next to each other, but Rex doesn't flop out that much because he's always moving about. So rabbits may often put their paws on you. Rex does this a lot to me. It's often when they're curious. Rex likes to come onto my lap a lot. They're just curious, just seeing who you are, if you've got any treats for them, any food. So your rabbit may often lick you a little bit. They've got kind of a rough tongue. It's basically just showing affection. They don't always do it. Even if you have a good bond with your rabbit, they might not do it. Harley doesn't lick me, but he likes being stroked and he likes just flopping out next to me sometimes. And Rex always comes onto my lap, but he's licked me a couple of times. They often do it to each other. So they have ones lying down, they might just lick each other's ears, just groom each other's ears. And the last one I've got is screaming. Rabbits only scream if they're very, 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 very scared, and if they're probably dying or in a lot of pain. It's you might often hear a terrible screaming sound from a rabbit, usually if a fox has caught them or a bird of prey. It is not a nice sound at all. I've heard it before with wild rabbits and you do not want to hear it. There's videos on YouTube of rabbits being held, wild rabbits, and they're screaming. It's because they're very scared and they think that they're probably going to be killed, because your average wild rabbit doesn't get picked up by a human on a daily basis. They get picked up when they're about to be killed. But this is very rare if you treat your rabbits well, because they shouldn't scream, because they shouldn't be scared or in a lot of pain. So thank you so much for watching this video. There will be other behaviours out there that they do, but these are the basic ones and probably the majority of them. And I probably have covered most of them or all of them, but there might be a couple more that I've missed. If there are, leave them in the comments below. And I hope this helps if maybe you're getting a rabbit, you're trying to see what they might act like, or maybe there's a few things that they're doing, you don't know why. Hope this helps somehow. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Like, comment and subscribe if you're new. Bye.